Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch another chilly morning here in the Ozarks. But it is warming up. We're back into our roller coaster phase of weather. We're gonna get a little bit warmer today, and over the next few days, continue to warm up. But fall will be back, and winter will be here soon. So I hope that you folks are preparing yourselves for winter. I know that some of you live in areas where you're already feeling winter and cold, snow, and all that kind of stuff. But for the rest of you, you better be getting ready, because the way things are going, it could exacerbate winter conditions. I'm not specifically talking about the weather. I'm just talking about the struggle of going through it. You could see fuel costs skyrocket, shortages of items and stuff. So you better make sure that you're ready, because winter has a way of just sneaking up on you and smacking you upside the head. And you better get ready. In other news, there's a lot going on. I take the day off yesterday, and of course, as usual, when I do that, the news just kind of blows up with all kinds of things going on. So there is a lot. One of the big things yesterday and continuing today, gold has skyrocketed once again. It's now in new record territory, well above $2,700 an ounce. And there's a lot of people online just talking about this surge and everything. Bank of America, which is one of the largest banks in the world, stated yesterday that people need to be investing in gold. It is a hedge against U.S. Treasuries that are becoming more and more unstable because of increasing U.S. debt. U.S. debt jumped by about $500 billion the other day in just a couple of days. It's just growing and growing and growing. And this is really, really big news. Even though it's not front page news, it's big news, because one of the largest banks in the world is warning people that you need to move over to gold, because treasuries and U.S. dollar is not stable. The bond market is way, way bigger than the stock market, way bigger. And if it starts to really become unstable and fall, then the U.S. dollar is toast. It's toast. It's a way bigger thing. And U.S. debt is it's been this way for a long time, but the amount of debt is just piling on. We're sending hundreds of millions of dollars all over the world. We're spending billions and billions of dollars constantly. Yeah, y'all know that. Y'all need to get ready, because at some point it's either going to fall out from under us, or they're going to shift very quickly over to central bank digital currency. And then when that's done and everyone's on that, we know the end is finally here, right? North Korea is sending, or has sent, 12,000 troops into Russia to fight alongside Russians on the front lines. There's varying reports that they're either currently training in Russia to move to the front lines, and there's some reports that a few of those troops have already moved to the front lines. But either way, that is happening. And that's really big news, because that's the first country outside of Russia and Ukraine that has officially publicly announced that their troops are there fighting under their own banner. Yes, I know that there's been various troops from other countries fighting with Ukraine. It's either been quietly hidden, or they have actually joined the Ukrainian military to fight. But this is different, and this is going to be more fuel for the fire of NATO getting more directly involved, which is us, and means bigger, major war. The new NATO General Secretary already said just this last week that Ukraine will become part of NATO. So while it seems sometimes that that's about to wrap up there between Russia and Ukraine, I don't think it's quite to that point yet. So things could easily escalate. And they've escalated down in the Middle East too. Yesterday, Israel took out the Hamas leader, and some graphic footage that a lot of people have been seeing of that guy kind of being blown to pieces. And it's being called as a victory, and I'm not saying that it's not, but I think that this one may kind of come back and bite Israel in the backside a little bit, at least, because before this happened, there's a video of him. There was already a battle going on. He was already injured, and there's a drone footage that was released of him, and he's actually throwing a stick or something at the drone, defiantly, kind of fighting to the end, right there alongside with the Hamas troops, and then they blow him up. That's kind of a PR thing. He looks very much like a martyr already. Lebanon has said that they're escalating things with Israel, and it could be used as a tool to, rally the troops against Israel, kind of thing. So we'll see how that happens. But yeah, things are definitely escalating there constantly. Also in the United States, remember just a few weeks ago, we were all talking about how these illegal gangs are taking over apartment complexes in Aurora, Colorado. Well, now it's being reported that it's happening in San Antonio, Texas. That now 4 apartment complexes are reportedly controlled by Venezuelan gangs. So this problem is not going away. It wasn't just an isolated incident. I told you that, and so did many others. This is an epidemic level problem that's happening all over it, and it's growing. And you may not have problems where you're at. I've had people make comments, well, there's no illegals where I live. Everything's fine here. Great, good for you. But it's not good for other people, and eventually it could come to you. I bet the people in several other cities across the country that's dealing with it just a few years ago was saying, oh, there's no problems here. And now there are. This is an invasion force. It's all it is. And it's taking over this country. It's completely changing the face of this nation. And it's just going to continue to be a problem. We have to be prepared for that. As some of you have noticed, because some of you are very pro-political, into the campaign for president. Others on this channel just don't care as much. But in the last few days, Donald Trump has surged quite a good leading head against Kamala Harris. Some polls are showing 20 to 30% ahead of Kamala. And of course, she had an interview on Fox News, did a horrible job with that, as expected, and various other things. Now, the thing that I'm wanting to kind of hone in on is that if this trend continues, showing Donald Trump so far ahead of Kamala Harris, about 3 weeks ahead of the election, I think that actually means kind of trouble, because that means that they're going to, you know who they are, I don't have to give you that detail, they are going to start doing everything they can to disrupt this, to stop it. So assassination attempts, various other attacks, just disruptions of the system, all of that could happen. It's getting down to crunch time, folks. And also, a lead that big, it's almost like it's setting things up for some chaos. I know you're saying, well, Travis, you're so pessimistic. Can't you ever just be optimistic about things? No, I'm a realist, and I know how they work, and I understand how these things function. And if we really believe that Donald Trump is just going to walk in and just kind of steal the whole election by 20-30%, and there not be any argument, I don't think that's realistic. Unless, of course, like I've said all along, it could be that the plan is that Donald Trump is the next president, and he is the one that kind of turns things even worse. Maybe he is a charlatan, a wolf in sheep's clothing. But if that's not the case, then they're still going to do everything they can to prevent him from taking office. And having a lead like this, and the momentum that he's got right now, the amount of stuff that could happen over the next 3 weeks is quite a bit. And then the amount of chaos afterwards. In fact, I think there'll be more after the election than there will be leading into the election. So you need to be preparing for that. I would take the next 3 weeks and put some major emphasis on just getting yourself stocked up, topped off, and ready, because you don't know what may happen that might cause you to have to kind of hunker down for a while in your home. There could be mass riots, acts of terrorism, all these kinds of things. I know sound crazy, but they are very, very, very possible over the next few weeks. So start getting ready for that. I don't think it's going to be quite as easy as him just, like I said, walking in and basically walking away with the election with a huge margin to win. I think they've still got plans up their sleeves and still got fight in them, and we need to be prepared for that. So those of you that are very much focused on the political campaign and all that kind of stuff, I wouldn't let your guard down just yet, because there's still a few weeks left for them to pull a few more rabbits out of their hat. All in all, things are continuing to progress just like we've said they will. Continue to worsen, continue to show us kind of a glimpse of what we have in store for us. So keep preparing, folks. Keep getting ready. There's a lot more stuff that's gone on and things that will continue to happen, and it's all because we live in an era of chaos, and we must be getting ourselves prepared for that. Get your houses in order. Prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.